Hey guys, welcome to another home edition of the Thinking Couch. I'm on my favorite orange, clockwork orange kind of looking couch, working from home today. So, what have I been up to? Rehearsals, lots of rehearsals. Tonight I have a 4 hour rehearsal. Last week I played the concert on violin with the New School Community Orchestra. It went very well, surprisingly, to me, considering that we only had exactly 1 month from start to finish, and I also had to miss one rehearsal because I was away. And it just goes to show that all the weeks and months of rehearsals what don't really mean that the concert is going to sound any better than if you just no BS have 1 month, you get the music, you go home practice, a few rehearsals, spot check some things, and everything is good. Because people are lazy. People, I know myself, I normally just look at the music and don't really practice until the week before the concert. That's when I really start dissecting every little measure and making sure that I'm playing it well enough. So with this orchestra was just like I mentioned, no BS. You get the music, and with me, I unfortunately can't play all of my instruments. I just physically don't have the time to do so because I have a day job. If I didn't have a day job, then I would be practicing every day. Violin for an hour, trumpet for an hour, guitar for an hour, other stuff. The flute, the flute I only take on vacations. But yeah, and so I really crammed, and we all sounded really good. Like no train wrecks. It was good. All right, next topic. I got this phone a few months ago. It's a special edition SE that I got for 200 something like $256 on eBay, brand new. So this phone is the size of iPhone 5. It has the guts of iPhone 6s, and the front facing camera is that of iPhone 5. So it's not that great, but at the same time, you don't really need HD quality camera to be in the front for FaceTiming. I love this phone. Oh, it doesn't also have the 3D touch. So I love this phone. Why do I love this phone? Because it's small. And I miss the phone that you can just reach to the corner of the screen with your thumb without double tapping this so that the screen would slide down, or using two hands to operate it. It's, I think, iPhone 5 is the perfect size for me. For my male hands, it's great. The battery life is good. It doesn't lag. It's fast. The camera is okay. Same thing as 6S. Takes good pictures. The 3D touch, it's an unnecessary gimmick. You can get around without it. There are other gestures to invoke the same functionality, and most of all, best of all, it has the headphone jack, which Apple removed in on their phones starting with iPhone 7. And I'm not a big fan of what Apple has been doing. They have been just removing things. They removed the button. Oh, this is also an actual physical button. And oh, and there's also a fingerprint scanner. I forgot about that. Instead of scanning your face, this thing is still here. So Apple has been just removing buttons, removing. Well, they removed the diskette from their computers. Then they removed the uh, DVD player, and now it's just all wireless, and you have to have proprietary connections and adapters. It's just crap. And I've also heard from multiple people that even the new MacBook Pro is just bad. Their connectivity issues, their Wi-Fi issues. It just freezes. So I think Apple has dug themselves a grave. I don't know. I mean, obviously they are a very hip company. They have a lot of usage, lots of users in all various fields like fashion and music. But it's just doing stuff like that, removing things and just trying to sort of rush the evolution of technology for no good reason. Like everybody still uses headphones, but now to use a special adapter or use uh, wireless headphones. Wireless headphones never work well enough. They always skip. They always, even the most expensive ones. So just headphone jacks and buttons and like to deliberately remove it. It's just stupid. All right. Oh, so speaking of the new school concert, it's so funny. So here's what happened. I'm playing uh, with this band, like a rock band, and the guy who came to play trombone is he also happens to be the boyfriend of the flute soloist with whom we played the concert last week. And so he was at the concert, but I was in a completely different mindset. Like I did not expect to see him, and he did not expect to see me. And then I had this feeling this guy looks familiar, but granted, I've only met him once, and I don't have the greatest like facial recognition, meaning that unless I really know somebody, I can just like walk past somebody and not even recognize that it's them. That's just my little quirk. But he felt the same way. He's like, this guy looks familiar, but like he has a violin case. Nah, he can't be this guy. So we after the concert we went to the same. Turns out we went to the same place for food and drinks, Vapiano, which is like right next door, and I still kept thinking like I know this guy from somewhere. And you probably kept thinking the same exact thing, but it never clicked that we were both the two people we both suspected both of us to be. It's so funny. All right, next topic: Academy Awards. Um, I did not watch the show because I was at my parents. They don't have television. They have an antenna, but it only barely catches one of the channels, CBS, and Oscars were on a different channel, ABC. So I managed to find a stream, somebody streaming the ceremonies. I saw the opening number, Queen doing their thing, playing "We Will Rock You," "We Are the Champions," Queen plus Adam Lambert, and it was great. Obviously, it's not Queen. Obviously, Adam Lambert is not Freddie Mercury, and he's not trying to be Freddie Mercury. He's not trying to replace him, and but the same stream of predictable comments follows like, oh, this guy sucks. He's like, he's not, who does he think he is? He's not Freddie Mercury. He's like, this is embarrassing. Retire already. Blah blah blah. Obviously, Freddie Mercury died in 1991. I am a big fan of Queen, and for me to see Queen in any sort of a capacity is always great. To see my guitar hero Brian May play his guitar with Adam Lambert or with Lady Gaga, it's always a treat. So shut up. Moving on. So some of the movies this year that won. It's every year it keeps getting worse and worse for people like me. I'm sure young people probably feel differently, but it's like all these movies I have not seen or have not cared to see. So, what happened to the years of good, like powerful movies? For example, Schindler's List. I don't know, Gone with the Wind, The English Patient. Um, I don't know, even like Amelie or something like that. What is this crap that's out now? It's just recycled stories, the akin to Ocean's 8 or female Ghostbusters. Like nobody wants to come up with something original, or like even Total Recall was remade recently. I have not even seen it, but Mad Max last year, was it last year? I think it was last year. Remakes, recycled stuff. But this year in particular, it was just comic books, freaking comic book movies. So that there was the Queen movie, Bohemian Rhapsody, which I will get to in a moment, and some other movies bashing current administrations or hinting at or showing how racist the country is, or uh, the Green Book and all that stuff, and you know, just crap. All of it is crap. Black Panther, I've not seen it. I don't like comic books. I don't like uh, all these superhero movies. Did not care for it, but apparently that was good, but not like amazing. So yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody won Best Actor, Male Actor, for what's his name, Rami Malek. He's a good actor. He's well spoken, but and what really kills it for me is that movie was, by the way, panned by critics, but the movie audience thought otherwise, and obviously the movie made a lot of money. And but to say that the lead actor playing Freddie was so good that he was virtually indistinguishable from real Freddie Mercury, that is such a insane statement. It's just no freaking way. As I mentioned in my previous couple videos, I thought the movie was good. Good, decent, could have been better. I would have preferred it to be just like the movie about Amy Winehouse, Amy, that kind of a movie, where it's just edited from various home movies and concert footage and interviews, and maybe even similarly they could have done this sort of VH1 behind the music reenactments where they don't show the faces, sort of like out of focus, maybe grainy, to make it seem like it's in the 1970s. I would have preferred that. And if you don't know, there's a great movie floating around online on YouTube called Days of Our Lives. It's exactly that. It's a documentary movie about Queen. Freddie is interviewed, everybody's interviewed, and it's over 2 hours long. It's got concert footage. I think that's great. Instead, the movie just has this really kind of childish, predictable, cliche feel to it. Can't stand the lead actor with the fake mustache, the fake teeth, the blue eyes. He looks like a scrawny little kid trying to play this character who's larger than life. And when he takes those poses that Freddie took, to me, it just looks laughable. I don't understand why people claim that he got so into the character that he became Freddie Mercury. No freaking way. No way. What else? The movie had it's all digital editing now on the computer. It's so easy to edit things, review it. Oh, realize you. Oh shoot, I messed up that shot, and like re-edit it or undo. Control Z on your computer. Edit it so that it's perfect. So why is it that that movie had several noticeable to me flubs? Like I'm watching it, and when the musicians are playing, there you hear Brian May playing a little solo thingy. The guitarist's hands is playing a chord instead, or there was even dialogue like out of sync with the visual. So somebody should have reviewed it and notice those things. And if the hands don't match what the musician is playing, They could have cut to something else, to like some other distant object, or maybe did a close up of a girl, like, oh, Freddie Mercury, in the crowd, something like that for a split second. Like nowadays, people's attention span is very short, so like quick edit, so that you don't have 2 seconds of the guitarist's hands doing something completely different than the sound. So the movie won Best Male Actor. That's bullshit. Bullshit. Best editing? Bullshit. For the reasons I mentioned. Best sound editing? Did it have some innovative techniques that they would pioneer? It's just a freaking edited movie. Nothing out of the ordinary. The sound was great. How was the sound great? It was what? The music was great? Okay, the music was great. Movies need to kick it up a notch. They have become just way too lazy nowadays. And Hollywood, in the sense of movies and movie theaters, is dying. Nobody goes to see those movies because people have Netflix, they have Amazon Prime, and people, even famous actors now, are participating in Amazon made movies or Netflix made movies. And I feel like just it's just the evolution of things. Just like people used to go to theater, and then movies were invented, so people like, we're gonna go to the movies. So people stopped going to the theaters as much. And then when the sound came about, the movies were with sound. That took away even more people attending theater productions, because you can just go to the movies. So and then after that, when color movies in color, then movies in 3D, and then VHS came out, so people stopped going to the movies because you can just rent stuff at home instead of going to the movies. So right, and now we have streaming services. Your television is high definition. They're like dirt cheap now. You can buy a brand new television for like $300. Movie projectors in movie theaters are no longer analog. So you're basically watching a giant digital screen. So what is the point of going to the movies if you can stream this exact movie later? Or you can just watch another Netflix or Amazon movie at home, which, from what I've noticed, they look better. Most of most of them look better than some of the movies. Obviously, we have big budget blockbuster movies, but shows like the Black Mirror, for example, holy cow, the production is incredible. The story is insane in some of the episodes. Just special effects, and so yeah, movies are dying. It's pathetic. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about. If you like what you hear and see, like and subscribe. Otherwise, have a great day. Peace.